Welcome to NCCE 2021 Virtual, a virtual experience like no other. We're thrilled you could join us for our virtual conference this year and appreciate you making the effort to come to Virtual Seattle for our 50th annual conference. We'd like to remind you that NCCE has done this 49 times, but each time face-to-face. It's our virtual conference. And there will be bumps. We hope that you will work with us to work through them together, just like you've done for the last year with virtual schooling or remote schooling or online schooling in your local school. Before we get started, we want to talk about the basics of being at our virtual conference, and we'll start with how to log in to the NCCE platform. This year we're partnering with Juno, an online conferencing platform, to provide our virtual conferencing services. Our virtual platform is at ncce.junolive.co. Remember, .co, not .com. Again, ncce.junolive.co. Our partners at Juno have assured us that the best experience is in the Chrome browser, whether you're on a Mac or a PC or obviously a Chromebook. However, it also works on Safari on the Mac or the newest version of Microsoft Edge on Windows PCs. I'll give you some advice that in attending virtual conferences over the last year, generally speaking, laptops and desktops are superior to mobile devices when attending sessions. However, Juno is also compatible with Android devices, tablets or phones, with the Chrome web browser, or iOS devices, iPhones or iPads, with the Safari browser. Once you get to the login screen, you'll see obviously our retro branding. Click Login and it will take you to this screen. If you already have your credentials, simply type them in here. However, you may not have received them, and if that's the case, click on the Forgot Your Password, Click Here button. You'll need to check your email and then reset your password, and then you're good to go. Once you're in the system, you'll see this is the home page, and I'll give you a tour of that in just a moment. Your very first task at the conference is to update your profile. So we're going to go back to the home screen for a moment, and you'll notice that there are various options here, but I'd like to direct your attention to the upper right-hand corner where there is a small icon. You'll notice mine has already been replaced by a photo because I've completed my profile, but if you click there, you'll get to your profile screen. The profile screen has many options here to share. Please go through them one by one, including uploading your avatar, which is easiest as a photo. Make your way through the profile until you get to the end of it, agree to the privacy policies and digital consent, then press Save. Now I want to go back to the main screen for a moment, and you can get to the main screen by clicking on Home at any location throughout the conference platform. Once you're here, you'll notice that there are several options, and I'm going to advise that you treat this like any other conference. This provides a map that allows you to get to various components of the conference, but you oftentimes find things much more easily if you walk around the conference hall to find out where things are located at. So I would strongly suggest that although I'm going to give you a brief tour on how to make your way around the main parts of the conference, that you spend 5 to 10 minutes clicking around various options so you can become aware of the conference platform. But first, I'm going to advise you to spend some time planning your schedule. And you would do that like any other conference. In this case, we provided you a couple of ways to look up the schedule. So if you go back to the home screen, you'll notice that there are two options here I would suggest you look at. One of them is the program, and the other is speakers. And so we'll start with the program, which is the easiest way to look at every single session at the conference. If you click there, you're going to get this screen where you can look at every single session in the conference by simply scrolling down. Now, there are different ways to look at the conference. You can look at what you've already put on your schedule. I'll talk about the My Schedule function a little bit later in the video. You can look at the keynote addresses, of which there are a few across the program itself, 90-minute workshops, 50-minute sessions, and of course, the summits. I would suggest simply starting at the top and making your way down and looking at various session proposal titles and then the descriptions. And the way you do that is by clicking on the session information itself. Here's an example of a session. This is the membership meeting that is on the Wednesday night calendar for the conference. Once you're there, you can click the Attend button and put that onto your schedule. Once you click the Attend button, it will then show as Attendee, and that puts it onto your schedule. Here you'll find out who's presenting in the session, the time. By the way, this will be your local time based on the time on your computer, so no matter where you're located at, it will tell you when the session is on your time. And you can also, if you like, add it to a calendar. Now that's not the platform calendar, that's a calendar on your computer. If you use an Outlook calendar or Google Calendar or perhaps the Apple Calendar system, you can add that to a calendar if you'd like to get a notification from your traditional calendaring system. From there, you can simply put different sessions you're interested in on your schedule. If you know of a speaker that you'd like to see, the other way to look for sessions is to go to the Speakers tab, where you will see all the speakers presenting at NCCE. Now, a little bit of a warning, this screen's a little slow to load. We're working on that as part of our conference rollout, but give it a few moments, and all the speakers on the screen are in alphabetical order. So if you wanted to find out more about me, and by the way, this is Jason from NCCE, you could scroll down to the J's, get to my biography page, where you would also be able to then scroll down and see session information. And here are the sessions I'm speaking at NCCE. And like the program page, you can click on any session, it will take you to a session description, and then you can add that to your calendar. So I would suggest spending some time looking at speakers that you may want to see, and of course the program, to find out which sessions meet your needs and interests at our conference. Remember, every session's recorded, so if you can't get to everyone live, or if you're attending after the fact, that's great. You can see as many sessions as you want, even if they're conflicting in time. As I mentioned, once you have a session on your calendar, then it goes to the My Schedule, which is all the sessions that you have clicked on that you said you're attending. A piece of advice to presenters and moderators: you are not automatically entered into the attending part of an individual session without clicking on that yourself. And I would suggest doing that for all sessions you're either moderating or presenting at before you look at other sessions in the system. And then from here, you can see everything that you put on your schedule. Okay, you have a plan, and if you're going to attend sessions live, the room will open to you right at the exact time the session is supposed to start. So just go to the session page and a link will appear there that will take you to the conferencing room. And this is a rough look at what the conferencing room looks like. In this case, I'm showing off what my desktop will look like during one of my sessions, but this is the main session page. There might be cams on, there might not be cams on. Obviously, most of our presenters will share their desktop or share an app that they're utilizing as part of their particular session, but I want to highlight to you the ways you can interact back and forth with the presenters. Every single session has a moderator, so even though there's a speaker, there will be a moderator. They'll be there as well that will monitor the chat, and this particular mock-up screen doesn't have it, but you'll notice there are multiple ways to interact back with the session presenter and moderator along with your fellow attendees if you're attending the session live. There is a chat window where you can chat like any other video conferencing system like Teams, Meets, or Zoom. There's also a Q&A tab too. What Q&A allows you to do is ask a question that is then highlighted to the moderator and presenter, and fellow presenters can upvote questions if that happens to be a particular popular one. These are ways that you can interact. Some sessions will also have polls. Polls will pop up if they've been planned by the session presenter, but there will be different ways to interact. Some session presenters might utilize external tools to do that, but as a reminder, the chat is here and the Q&A is here as well. And that's really it. That's as simple, and I would imagine as similar to other video conferencing platforms you've utilized over the last year, since much of education's moved to the digital world. And a last reminder, ask for help if you need it. We like Juno because the conference platform is simple to use, particularly for those attending sessions. But if you're running into issues, don't be afraid to contact our staff for help. On the main homepage, if you scroll to the bottom, there is a help desk there where you can contact NCCE staff along with Juno staff that can help you through technical issues. And that's it. Again, welcome to our 50th annual conference. We hope that you enjoy your time with us. We really look forward to connecting with you. We miss connecting with you face to face, but we know that we'll work together to make sure that we have an opportunity to connect despite intervening world events. Again, thank you for your time and enjoy NCCE 2021.